welcome back to the channel Ruchi's Teaching. This is Ruchi here. Okay, in this video I am going to explain features of C language. So from many classes we are seeing about this introduction of C language, and today in this video and introduction I have completed, and this is also a part of introduction only, but I have given a separate name to it called features of C language. So what are the features are there in C language? Today we are going to learn. Okay, before I start my video, I would like to say that if you are new to the channel, if you are newly watching this video, please subscribe the channel, support the channel, and if you like this video after watching, please give a thumbs up to it and share to your friends. Okay, let's enter into the video. Now I said these are the features of the C language. Now first feature is general purpose. C language is a general purpose language. What is the meaning of the general purpose language? General purpose language is nothing but the purpose of the C is for general purpose. So purpose in the sense it can develop many types of applications. Like C can develop many types of applications like operating systems, databases and embedded systems. Now operating systems are like Windows, Macintosh and Unix and as well as Linux. So these are totally dependent on C language. Using the C software, they have created these operating systems. Not only operating systems, they have created, by using C language, they have created even databases also, database software like Oracle. This is used for creating databases. This software is used for creating databases. And MySQL. Okay, so these two are the databases softwares which are created by the C language. And embedded systems are the applications. These are the applications which are embedded, created by the C language, which are embedded in the electronic devices like toasters, washing machine, freezers or refrigerator, whatever it is. Okay, so like this, all electronic devices are created, electronic devices in which the softwares are embedded. Those softwares are created by C language. That's why C language is called as general purpose language. Now simple. Now what is simple? Why we call as C language as simple language? You know, we are calling it as simple language because suppose I have written a big program or larger program, very large program. Now what that C software or C language does is it divides the large program into smaller chunks or smaller modules, and then it will compile that small modules. That means complex to smaller modules it will do, and then it will compile that smaller modules, and after compiling, after execution, again it will keep all the modules together, and it gives the output in the whatever you ask question, that output will be given out in the form of the answer. Okay, so this is the reason why we call it as simple programming language, because it will make complex to smaller and then it will give out the answer. Right? Next is machine independent. What is machine independent or portability? Now, suppose, think that you have written one C program in one operating system, that is Windows operating system. You have written a C program. Now this C program you can execute in another operating system, like Macintosh operating system or Unix or Linux. That means, and even you can run in different operating system like Linux or Unix or whatever it is. Okay. So that means by seeing this you can understand that C program is not a it does not depend on a machine. Machine independent is the meaning of it. That means C program will not be dependent on one machine. Like if you have created a program in one system, it can be run or it can be executed on another system which is having different operating system. So this is called machine independent language. The meaning of it is portability. This is called as portability. Okay. So that means C is independent. Machine independent means it is independent of the machine. That means no dependency. It will not depend on any operating system. Dependent on any operating system. That means it will not run only on one operating system. It can take any operating system. It can run, execute on different operating systems. So that is called as machine independent. Next, middle level language. Why we call C language as middle level language? Because C understands high level language and as well as low level language. High level language is written in English and low level language is in zeros and ones. Right? So even you will call this as assembly language also. Okay? Okay. Now, so that means it will understand this language and this language. So obviously we can call it as middle level language. Okay. That means if you have given instructions in the source code, that is in high level language, it will convert into the machine code. So that means it will understand source code and as well as object code or machine code. Again it will convert into that object code is converted into the high level language, that is source code. So that's why we call it as we call it as middle level language. Next, procedural language. Why we call it as procedural language? Actually, what is procedure? Already in my last class, I think in one of the introduction classes, I have explained about procedural programming language. So in that I have explained procedure is nothing but it is a function. It is also called as function, where this procedure is, it's a function where we will be writing some code in it. So this code, if it is a big or a large or complex, that is divided into different modules, small modules or small modules. So this is called procedure. That's why it is called as procedural language. Now, rich library. That means C is having a built-in library. Built-in library where this library consists of different functions. These functions are used in the C programs. So already there are predefined functions or predefined keywords all those things, predefined data types or all those things are there in the library. Okay, that's why it is rich in library, rich library it has. Next, memory management. What is memory management? Now, C language, when you write a program, you have to allocate some memory to the variables, constants, all those things. There will be a one more video in that you will better understand in that. So meanwhile, you just think that C has a dynamic memory allocation. Dynamic memory allocation. Okay, what is dynamic memory allocations? For example, you are running the program. At that moment, suppose if you want to if you want to remove or release the memory of that particular variable, then because of this dynamic memory allocation, this C concept of this dynamic memory allocation is it will release or remove the memory of particular variable, particular variable. Okay, so in this way the memory is released because of this dynamic memory allocation. So the management of memory allocations can be done with this in the C language. Okay, next is fast and efficient. C programs are very simple, and they are saying that this is one of the feature, fast and efficient. Why we are saying it as fast and efficient is, now you have written a C program. Now this C program is executed very fastly, and as well as it will give out the answer very fast. That means why it is doing like that. Now C programs are having very little features and simple features, most precisely simple features and less features of compared to C++, Java. That's why the programs which you have written in this C++ and Java it takes time for execution. But the C programs which you are C programs will not take much time. It will be executed very fastly and efficiently. Why like that? Compared to the C++, C programs are fast and very efficient in working. Like why this type of feature is there here is, C program is having less features than the C++. C++ and Java is having more and extra concepts which are not in C language, right? So the concepts which are not in C language are there in C++. So because of this reason, it will take a lot of time in the C++. C programs will work very fastly because of less features. Why it takes more time is, if there are many features, it has to check all those things, and execution also, it executes all those features in that. That's why it takes more time, and here it takes less time. And pointers is the concept where you will it will be dealing with the memory. It will be dealing with the memory which directly points to the memory. Okay, through the pointers you will be directly pointing the memory in the memory of the variables in the C programs. So that is this one. I will be doing one more video for pointers. In that I will explain it clearly. Okay. Next, what is recursion? Recursion is the concept where, suppose you are writing a C program. Now in this C program you will write a function also. To think that you have written a function. In this function you can call another function in it. Right? In one function you can call another function. Okay? This is called recursion. The concept of recursion is, in a C program when you write a function, this function can call another function. Okay, not only one function, it can call many functions in one function. Okay, this is called as recursion. Okay, now extensible. Now what is extensible? It is extensible, it is having an extensible feature also. Suppose you have written a C program. In that you will be writing code. Now during when you have after writing a program, you will be compiling it, and after that you will run it. So during runtime, suppose if you have got any idea of writing little more code, extra code to the program, then at that moment you can enter into the program and even you can add extra code. That means you can extend the code of the program. This is called extensible. So this is the feature, extensible feature for the C program. Extra code you can add extra code to the existing program, code in the program. Okay, understood? Extensible is you can add extra code to the existing code of the program. This is called extensible feature of the C language. Next is modularity. What is modularity? Modularity is the concept where a large module is divided into smaller modules. Smaller modules like this. Okay. Now a large module can be divided into smaller modules, and it has the capacity to divide the module and as well as combine the smaller modules and give the output. Okay, this is called as modularity. This is one of the features of the C program. Next is statical type. Now what is static? Already we have discussed dynamic type in the memory management. Now I will explain you memory management. In the memory management, there are of two types. One is static and one is dynamic. Now in static, the data types of variables are recognized during what? During compilation time. Okay, time of the program, right? It is during the variable at the time of compilation only. The static the memory management, static word is the keyword, where the meaning of that static is if you give static near the data types, if you give static, what happens is those data types of that particular variables are recognized during compilation itself. Compilation only it will recognize. And dynamic is the data types of the variables is recognized during runtime. Okay, here I already said that dynamic means it will release the memory also, because it is recognizing during runtime. That's why it can release the memory of that particular variable also. Okay, so here C is statical type, so C is going to accept this what condition or this feature. Okay, this is about the statically type. Next is a rich set of built-in operators. What is rich set of built-in operators? That means C language is having a feature of having predefined operators. Predefined operators are nothing but built-in operators. Okay, built-in operators, right? Now that means there are many operators where you can be using them in the programs. For example, logical operators, where you have if loops and all those things in the logical operators. And one more operator is arithmetic operator. Arithmetic operator, where you have all these things: add, subtraction, multiplication, division. So all these arithmetic operators hold this type of keywords. So C is having one more feature called rich set of built-in operators. There are many operators, but I have given only two examples: logical and arithmetic operators. Next is case sensitive. What is case sensitive? That means, suppose if you are using, there are smaller capital letters are there. Alphabets I'm talking about. Alphabets. Capital letters are there, smaller letters are there, small letters are there. So suppose in your C program, why it is called case sensitive is, if in your C program, if you are using, suppose I'll take for example data type, you are declaring in the C program int A. Int and all, don't worry, I will explain in the data types video. Okay, meanwhile you just suppose you are writing int data type like this, and A you are declaring as the variable. Now suppose if you are declaring A as smaller letter, you have to use this smaller letter A in whole program. If wherever you are using A variable, at that moment you have to use A only. You should not go for a capital letter, because this small a is different from capital letter A, because this small a has given different code and capital letter A has given different code. Not only this is, all the letters which are given, which are there from A to Z, are having different codes. If those are smaller letters, are having different codes, and capital letters are having different codes. So that's why this is called case sensitive. If you are using smaller letters, you have to use this only. You should not replace this smaller letter with capital letter. This is also a, this is also a, we can use like that. It's not like that. If you are, this is different and this is different. So this is called case sensitive. This is the feature of case sensitive. Next, popular. Already we have discussed many times in our videos, last classes, that why C is popular. C is popular because it is, first of all, it is very easy and simple. Every programmer thinks or has an idea of using a easy programming language. A person will not go for tough programming language. So that's why it has become popular. Because of it, it's easy and simple and fast and very efficiency. Okay, because of these things it has become popular. Next is, it can develop many softwares or many applications, like operating systems. It can develop databases softwares, and it can develop embedded systems and enterprise applications also it can create. So because of this reason only it has become popular. Okay, I hope you have understood everything, all these things. Still, if you have any doubt in these features of C language, please let me know through comment section, so that I will try to reply there only. Okay, and hope you liked this video. So I'll wind up this video. I hope you have liked it. So please give a thumbs up to the video, and if you are new to the video, please subscribe the channel. Okay then, bye. Thank you.